As we start the brand new week, the sun is changing signs, but the Mercury is still in retrograde.
Oh, yes, but the sun is entering the sign of Gemini where Mercury is retrograde and where Mars already is, which is what makes it such a hard energy to deal with. But the sun being in there says that at least whatever the problems are that Mercury retrograde and Mars and Gemini both bring, you will have the wherewithal to go ahead and deal with, which I guess is better than just crying.
Yeah.
Because I tried that, it didn't work. So for Gemini, it's a sign that we're in. The sun is in their first house now, so they're at least feeling empowered. They've had a very, very tough time the last 4 weeks or so. Just drag and no energy, no vitality. With the sun in their sign, they can begin to put things in motion that even though Mercury is retrograde, they'll be able to bring to fruition over the next 2 years or so. So that's a pretty cool thing because it's about the Gemini getting what the Gemini wants. For Cancers, this is a time literally to find a rock and just hide under it. Literally just to take a step back and just try and cover your head and say, please, enough, because it's almost as though the stars are conspiring to give Cancers a hard time, which is not good, by the way, for the United States, because we are Cancers. So time to just take a step back. For Leos, great time for them. Even though Mercury is retrograde, it's in their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives, and they work through a team, a group of people, work to bring the Leo what the Leo wants and needs. So it's about the Leo getting what they want, but they convince other people to help them do it, which is a very cool thing, I think.
Ooh, I'm liking that.
Yeah, for Virgos, it's in their 10th house of current public standing. And Virgos are trying to make some changes professionally to try and get a better position for themselves. And they feel that for every step forward, they're taking 2 steps back. But the thing to know is that things they put in motion may not come to be for 3 weeks, but if they give them a solid foundation, they'll be able to do that. So they should do both jobs until they can consolidate it into one good one. For Libra, legal, educational matters, important matters at a distance, all go very, very well for Libra. This is very, very good energy for Libra, actually, to get what it is that they want. And the law is on their side, so they need to make sure they use it. And same thing with contracts and negotiations. For Scorpio, it's about being nickeled and dimed to death. Anything that can break will, like garage door openers, things of that nature. And so they'll have a difficult time because they'll have unanticipated expenses. There's not a lot of reserves to go ahead and deal with that, so that's just crummy. For Sagittarians, it's in their 7th house of partners and open enemies. And Sagittarians are the talkers of the zodiac. They just talk and talk and talk, and they're going to go, oh, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this. The universe is going to say, okay, Sagittarians, put your money where your mouth is. Let's see how you do with that. So, and they have to be careful because they may bite off more than they can chew. For Capricorns, it's in their 6th house of work and health. So it means that there are things going on at work, shakeups going on at work, and they need to realize that they can create a brand new working environment over the next 4 weeks or so. That won't pay off right away. Will probably pay off at the latter part of the year, but they should still build that solid foundation now. For Aquarians, it's in their 5th house of love affairs, children, sports, amusements, pleasures. Great time to be an Aquarian. Great time to have a good time. Great time to unleash their creativity and throw a whole bunch of stuff up on the wall. And not all of it's going to stick, but and give it 3 weeks to let the stuff that's not going to work fall off. So, and then for Pisces, it's in their 4th house of home and all kind of stuff going on at home. Fights at home, battles at home, remodeling, refurbishing. Lots of upheaval at home that will take a good 3 or 4 weeks to try and straighten out. But at the end of that day, their home would be a much more solid foundation, a place for them to operate out of. For Aries, the pace of their living is about to pick up. They've got short distance, short duration travel, and learning something very useful about their world that they can apply in their life later on. So it may not seem right away, but if they stay with it, they'll find that it enhances their life in some way. And then for Taurus, it's about money. It's about spending money. It's about repairs. It's about using foresight to figure out where they can best apply their money, and they may even get a new job with better opportunities for more pay or for advancement. So that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac.
See you next week.
See you next week. Always a pleasure.